So when we kind of laid out the entire fourth season of Xena, we knew we wanted to explore a lot of things. We started with Xena on this quest to Siberia to find shamans, and it was kind of our travel season to touch on all these different mythologies and religions, and still dabble in history. Traveling between Greece and India, there was this little interlude at Paradise Found, which would be some stop-off. So really, it was the lead into the India episodes and really set the groundwork for what Xena and Gabrielle's mission in life was. The episode Paradise Found wanted to embrace that which the characters were and push it to a ridiculous extreme. So at that time, Gabrielle was a bit of a peacenik, and Xena was on her way to becoming kind of this crazy, overblown, over-the-top monster by the fourth act of. So there were incidences and scenes that allowed me to embrace that idea. So we had this giant yin and yang bed that we created, a big circular bed, and of Gabrielle, what I called blissing out on it, just kind of floating, and Xena totally unable to bliss out. She was just becoming more furious by the second.
Are you sure you want to stay another day?
That was something that wasn't really scripted, the bed and that, but with the production designer as we were working through, and this is how we bring this into this sequence. And there was other opportunities to do the same thing with Xena losing her mind and getting a nosebleed, and once again ran out of time to realize it in its totality. But she's giving Gabrielle a massage, and her nose keeps bleeding, and she's catching the drops before they splash onto Gabrielle. And it was beautiful and yucky all at the same time. And it kind of told that Xena was really coming unglued, as was Gabrielle, just as she was slipping further and further into from having any goals in life.
Aiden did this. He's got talent.
And a whole lot of time on his hands.
What do you think?
Without a face, it could be anyone.
Exactly. You see, these figures represent the ultimate inner peace.
Aiden in Paradise Found wasn't even a god, I don't think. I think he was just a swami, a magician of sorts. He was just one step above run-of-the-mill villain. I mean, besides that Jeremy played him beautifully, but I don't think he had any special qualities. Oh, I can't say that. He had unique qualities that other villains didn't have, but he was still just a villain.
Once you tap into that inner stillness, you can do absolutely anything. You just envision it, then make it real.
It was very important, so that we didn't think Gabrielle was an utter brain-dead person, for him to make us, actually not just a certain amount of sense, a lot of sense, so that, well, hopefully Gabrielle and the audience as well falls under his spell, so to speak.
You're worried about Xena, aren't you? You must let that go. A blind man could see that she has got her dark side. I did too, but I beat it, and so can she.
How can you be so sure?
Because she has powerful help.
And the things he says, they aren't wrong, you know. Appeal to why he's saying them later, well, that gets a little dicey, but he's not wrong. And it was important. I really felt the actor needed to ground himself in the truth of what he was saying, so that Gabrielle didn't look like some dummy.
Well, one of the highlights for me and and for the audience was we had set Gabrielle out to learn yoga and embrace the body and mind as one and all that, and as part of her fourth season arc. And so we found her in doing in kind of a hot little outfit doing yoga with Aiden. And Renee really embraced this. She went to yoga classes and got to do these insanely difficult poses, and I think she's actually carried on to this day doing yoga. And so, but that kind of spurred her her interest in yoga. So we got Jeremy down there, who plays Aiden, and he said, "Oh yeah, I've done some yoga." We got down there, and he hadn't done anything in years, and it damn near killed him. But he was a trooper. In fact, that's the reason I wanted to work with Jeremy, because I knew that if you're going to give yourself an ambitious slate in very little time, at least make sure that the actors you're working with are great, because then it's hard to fail.
There's gotta be something I can do.
There is, for Gabrielle. You can leave before you risk hurting her.
No, I would never hurt Gabrielle.
You say that, and you even believe it, but if the darkness in you wins, no one is safe. Not even the people that you love. You take it from somebody who knows. You get out before it's too late. For both of you.
The whole purpose of that episode, for me, at least thematically, was I just don't believe that good can be passive. It's not enough to do no harm. It's not enough to be passive and not hurting anyone else. I think good has to be proactive, because evil certainly is proactive, and when good's asleep, evil triumphs. So I think that's what you're supposed to learn, if you learn anything from this episode, is that since evil is so proactive, good has to be equally proactive to balance it.
I thought it would be a good experience for myself as a director to have to do what was the shortest episode we had ever done on Xena. I had given myself more time previously on episodes, but now I wanted to do 5.5 days, 3 characters. Even though it was a small story and a small cast, it lent itself to visuals that I kind of wanted to put on film. I'm a huge fan of Maxfield Parrish. I actually have now 2 paintings by him, so consider myself very lucky. So it was only natural that I would want to bring that to this other world that we were already creating. And it seemed like the right thing. It's idyllic beauty and overly romantic lighting, and Paradise Found lent itself totally to Parrishizing it. One of the things in Paradise Found that I'm really sorry that I did was I thought the first 3 acts actually worked, and it was an interesting, intriguing drama, and then I kind of threw all that out the window and let the lead character hide behind prosthetics, which is always a bad idea. Because I needed a 4th act fight and climax, which every episode has to have, I had to get there. So Xena had to go mad, and it all just went a bit over the top. So for many reasons, I wish I hadn't let it get away from the firm reins, but I'm certainly the one that dropped them and said, okay, let's do this. To this day, I wish that the script had addressed a better solution to that story. And maybe Miss Mannheim can say that she provided one and I just screwed it up. So that is one of the instances that you look back and go, what were you thinking? Why'd you do that? But that's why you go on and do other things.